The chosen one, and my beloved child, listen carefully. Just moments ago, Archangel Michael stood where decisions are sealed, where numbers become destiny, and where silence hides transfers that change bloodlines. And what he saw there stopped even heaven. There was a quiet deposit of a check in your name that had already been cleared and authorized. This is not a metaphor or a promise of something that will happen in the future. It has already happened in the spiritual realm, but this is the warning that made everyone jump. Or purse this mouth, I will come back later. It will be given to someone. There are systems on earth and in the spirit world that don't wait forever. And tonight, Archangel Michael is not being soft. He is being very urgent. This check wasn't made by chance, and it wasn't set off by hard work alone. It came because one season ended and a new one began with your name on it. For years you saw other people get what you prayed for, and for years it felt like your integrity was invisible. But heaven was keeping track of every tear you wiped away in silence. Every time you chose integrity over shortcuts, and every night you asked God, when will it be my turn? This deposit is a response. If you feel this stirring in your spirit right now, take a moment to seal it. If you type Amen in the comments, it means that your heart is open, your spirit is in sync, and your yes is heard by heaven. Breathe and realize that something has already changed in your favor as you type it. There is a woman who is connected to your environment, your finances, or your past, and has been blocking your access in a quiet way, not by force, but by influence. The exposure is already happening, and as soon as it does, control changes hands right away. That is why Archangel Michael was shocked when he left the bank. The transfer didn't happen after the exposure, it happened before. This means that heaven trusts you to act now, not later. It is not just about money. Authority, restoration, and acceleration are represented by this transfer. What took years is about to be done in months, but only if you answer when heaven calls. Before we go further, there is something I need you to do right now. Scroll down to the pinned comment below. Not the description, the pinned comment. Archangel Michael asked me to place something there that could not be said here. A word reserved only for those who were truly summoned to this message. It is not long, but when you read it, you will know it was written for you. Go find it. Then come back and stay until the end, because what follows will make everything in that comment make sense. This message comes with a window, not to scare you, but to wake you up. Certain blessings are only given when certain conditions are met. This one needs attention, agreement, and for you to say, I see it, I receive it, I am ready. That is why this message got to you and not someone else. You weren't just strolling, you were called. If you think this word is talking to you, don't be quiet. Say with conviction in the comments, I align with this transfer. Let your spirit agree with what heaven has already released over your life. Archangel Michael doesn't announce every deposit. He only steps in when there is interference, which there was around your name. Someone else has been watching what was meant for you, thinking that you would hesitate, doubt, and downplay this moment like you have done in the past. But heaven is breaking that pattern right now. Do not skip this. This is not just another video. This revelation has layers inside it, and if you receive them, everything will change. I am about to tell you what you need to do to actually open this check, and why others have already lost their share because they were too slow. This is where a lot of people lose it, not because they aren't good enough, but because they don't trust the moment. Stay alert, stay open, and don't shut down under any circumstances. What I am about to say is not common knowledge. It is spiritual protocol. The spiritual seal gets stronger the moment you tell yourself, this is for me, however. The seal is broken when you hesitate, doubt, or say, let me think about it later. This is divine law, not punishment. Archangel Michael is guided by law, not feelings. That is why timing matters more than readiness. There are other people looking at the same transfer. They have the same prayers, needs, and wants as you do. But they don't know your history of obedience or endurance. They didn't stay when you did. If you wait, the system doesn't argue. It just reassigns. Your life has taught you to play down good news. You have learned to say, "I will believe it when I see it." But in heaven, you see it after you agree with it. You need to let go of the thought that, "I always miss my moment." That thought belongs to an older version of you that lived through scarcity. If you are choosing faith over fear and obedience over doubt, this is a prophetic sign that you are moving into position. This is why it is important to support what spiritually feeds you. When you subscribe and stay connected, you are not feeding an algorithm. You are putting yourself in a place where heaven's instruction can keep flowing to you. Before we go deeper, I want to pause here. This channel exists to make sure no child of God walks through their darkest seasons alone. If this message found you at a moment you truly needed it, and you feel stirred to sow something back into this ground, you can buy a coffee through the link in the description and pinned comment. It is a small act that carries the weight of a seed. What God multiplies from a seed, no drought can stop. The woman who is linked to the blockage is already losing power. Her influence is weakening quietly. What she used to control by delaying, confusing, or resisting is now being exposed. Once that exposure is complete, full access is released. The check had to be deposited before the exposure, so it couldn't be contested. You are protected, but protection does not replace participation. Something inside you knows that now is not the time to leave. Now is the time to lean in. Some years may have seemed pointless, and some prayers may have felt lost because too much time had passed. But heaven doesn't see time the way you do. Heaven doesn't measure speed when it comes to readiness. It measures formation. You are being shaped to hold what is now being released. This release is different because it is not based on hope. It is based on completion. The cycle is over. Some of the delays in your life were acts of mercy, not attacks. You would have been crushed if some doors had opened earlier. God wasn't keeping something from you. God was keeping what was meant to last, safe until you were strong enough to carry it. That is why Archangel Michael is involved. He is not sent for small changes. He is sent when assignments get harder, when authority gets bigger, when spiritual rank changes. The biggest threat to this transfer is not an enemy. It is familiarity with struggle. You must stop practicing disappointment as a form of self-protection. This blessing is pure. It will not pull you away from God. It will hold you closer. It will not make you feel alone. It will connect you to purpose. You are not getting this because you are better than anyone else. You are getting it because you stayed when you should have left. Agreement seals alignment and declaration strengthens possession. If your spirit is in agreement with what is happening, anchor that now, say out loud in the comments, "I stand in alignment." You are not convincing God. You are confirming to yourself that you are ready. If you are ready to take what has been given to you, type "I receive the transfer" in the comments. Blessing code 939 is now active. But know this 939 is not fully sealed until you visit the pinned comment below and read what was left there for you. That is where the second part of this activation lives. Go find it after you type your declaration here. Every seed you plant in this mission turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. This is not poetry. Give, and heaven will open over you, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our KOF community through the link in the description or pinned comment. You are sowing into the awakening of souls still trapped in darkness. I grant each giver a greater harvest and divine acceleration. Let go of your seed and watch how heaven responds. Instead, he is standing next to you, watching what you think, how you read signs, and how you react to the strange peace that is setting in. Peace is important, And fear is losing authority as a result. You were trained to be nervous by uncertainty for a long time. You learned to be alert, to be ready for sudden changes, and to be ready for disappointment, even when things were going well. You used to be safe because you were always alert, but now you don't need to be, and heaven knows that going from lack to abundance is not the hardest change. It is going from worry to trust. That is why the next few days might feel oddly quiet. Do not mistake stillness for silence. Often the sound of silence is systems moving around behind what you can see. Changes are being made to contracts, permissions are being changed, and new access points are opening. People may talk to you differently, answer faster, or offer to help you even if you haven't asked. Those events are not accidents, they are confirmations. When someone's internal state changes, the environment always changes too. Archangel Michael is in charge of boundaries. Your sense of worth is one of the first boundaries that will be restored. You are no longer pleading for attention or negotiating because you need it. Instead, you walk into rooms knowing that you belong there, even if no one says it out loud yet. This confidence will feel strange at times, and it might even be too much. It is possible to ask yourself, why do I feel calm about this? Someone might ask you a question, or an old doubt might come back to you out of the blue. This is not a sign of reversal. It is just the last echo of an old pattern trying to become important again. Do not talk to it, think too much about it, or engage with it. It is true that what has been authorized cannot be unauthorized. That is why Archangel Michael doesn't fight shadows. The check doesn't go away because of brief noise. It only becomes contested when the receiver questions their right to it and you are done questioning. Now you have crossed a threshold, and you cannot do that twice. The door behind you closes itself when you move forward. That is mercy and protection. And it is how heaven keeps you from going back to the pain you know. You might also notice that you are becoming more sensitive. Some conversations will feel heavy, some places will feel draining, and some compromises will seem impossible all of a sudden. This is not haughtiness. Rather, it is the sharpening of discernment. As capacity rises, the ability to handle misalignment falls. You are not getting harder, you are just getting clearer. Your discernment is being reset by Archangel Michael so that you can see what needs your attention and what doesn't. Because you know deep down that momentum is building, time is becoming more valuable to you. You are shifting your focus from survival to stewardship, and that change alone will save you years. Let me talk about the people who are still waiting. Running is just another way of being scared. You don't have to prove anything or force anyone to do anything. What is meant for you will recognize you. What belongs with you will fit naturally, and what isn't meant to come forward will just fall away. Grace is getting bigger, and so is responsibility. Soon someone will be trusting you to make choices that will affect other people. In this season, integrity is being emphasized so heavily because of this. Small decisions will have a big impact. And how you treat people who cannot help you will become very important. This is because heaven is watching closely, not to judge you, but to determine your readiness. Your readiness must be kept up, though. Stay grounded, be thankful, and pay attention. At this point, the signs stop being spread out and start to line up in ways that you cannot ignore. Archangel Michael is not only watching over what has been let go, but he is also guiding your awareness so you don't get the wrong idea about what is happening. This is why a lot of people miss their moment. They don't think it will happen, but they do. Breakthrough doesn't usually happen all at once in a big way. Most of the time, it comes as a series of confirmations. When you talk to people, doors that were shut will open. The information you need will come to you at the right time. This is not a coincidence. It is planned. Archangel Michael is making sure that you stop reacting and start planning. It has been too long since you could direct life instead of reacting to it. You were changing, adapting and making up for it. You learned a lot during that season. But it is over now. You will know when to talk and when to be quiet. You will understand when to move and when to wait. You will be able to tell which invitations are aligned and which ones are just distractions dressed up as chances. This feeling of knowing inside is not just a guess. It is wisdom settling in. But I need to warn you about something important. As alignment gets better, comparison might try to come back. If you see other people making progress, you might wonder why it seems louder, faster, or more obvious to them. Don't let that trap catch you. It is not validation to be seen. A lot of people say what they are after. Not many people quietly take care of what they already have. The point of your path is not to be noisy, but to work well. The things that are being built around you are safe, stable, and long-lasting. That is why it might not seem very strong at first. Heaven is putting longevity ahead of showiness. Your exposure is not being rushed. Instead, you are being established as an authority. Archangel Michael is very good at keeping foundations safe. He makes sure that what is built cannot be easily moved. Without being critical, making small changes now will keep you from having to make big changes later. Boundaries become irrevocable during this season as well. It will no longer be in your power to explain yourself too much. You will not feel as compelled to explain your choices. This is not going away. When there are a lot of assignments, giving extra explanations drains power. Let your peace do the talking. People who need to understand will, in time, and people who don't want to grow with you were never meant to be with you in this next phase. Archangel Michael is making your area safe. He is getting rid of small things that are taking away your attention and emotional energy. Some relationships may end on their own, routines may stop being useful, and wants may just go away. Don't be sad about what quietly leaves. It is making room for what needs to come in fully, and now for a truth that might shock you. The check being talked about isn't just an external one. The larger deposit has already been made internally, though provision will show up physically and resources will change. Your confidence has been boosted, your authority has been given, and your vision has become clearer. These are the things that make sure you are smart about how you handle the tangible. They make abundance a burden when they are not there. Abundance turns into blessing with them. People trust you because you are becoming trustworthy. And being trustworthy is shown in private before it is rewarded in public. So pay attention to what you are saying to yourself. Instead of doubting yourself, use discernment. Change urgency to intention. Change old stories with the truth of the present. You can no longer use the story you told yourself in survival mode. Now that you are writing a new chapter, you need a new voice. Be kind to yourself, value your time, and make decisions after praying about them, not after being panicked. You are not being rushed by Archangel Michael. He is gently leading you forward. Every step is meant to do something. Every delay is there to protect you, and every confirmation is a sign. Right now, you are exactly where you need to be for what is going to happen next. You are neither behind nor late. For the next phase, you will need to be brave not to fight, but to receive without fault. A lot of people have more trouble with giving than with receiving. After a long fight, they don't think they deserve time off. If that feeling comes up, let it go right away. You don't earn grace by going through a lot of pain. God is good, so He gives grace. Allow yourself to accept good things without question. This is how you show gratitude to the giver. And if you want to carry this transfer with you beyond this screen, into the mornings when doubt tries to return, there is a blessing card available through the link in the description and pinned comment. It is a physical declaration of what Archangel Michael has spoken over your name today. A reminder you can hold in your hands for the days when the world tries to make you forget what heaven has already confirmed. The link is waiting for you below. As you move forward, remember to stay grounded in gratitude. Being grateful, holds on to abundance. Your heart stays soft while your position gets stronger. From there, you will be able to easily spot the next signal when it comes up. What is coming will confirm everything you have felt so far, and you will not need reassurance when it does. You will just know. Stay steady. The alignment is still good. My beloved, this is the point where movement can be seen. And since it can be seen, it needs to be watched. Not because danger is rising, but because influence is growing. Archangel Michael is paying extra attention right now. People are interested in things that grow. Not all attention is bad, but not all attention is good either. This is where your shield of discernment comes in handy. People may become interested in your plans, progress, or peace of mind all of a sudden. Some will ask you real questions, while others will probe you in a sneaky way to see how far you have come. You are not obligated to reveal every detail or explain everything. Smart people know when to speak up and when to keep quiet. Don't be afraid of this. It is stewardship that comes from being an adult. Before revelation, Archangel Michael teaches restraint. He knows that timing keeps values safe. As alignment and agreement are sealed, something soft but strong begins to shift. This is the part that happens quietly without cheers. Archangel Michael is standing next to you right now, not in front of a crowd. He is watching how you read signs, how you react to the strange peace that is settling in. That peace is important. Fear is losing its authority over you. You were trained by uncertainty for a long time, always alert, always bracing. But now you no longer need to be. The hardest shift is not from lack to abundance. It is from worry to trust. The next few days may feel oddly quiet. Do not mistake stillness for silence. Behind what you can see, contracts are being adjusted, permissions are changing, new access points are opening. Your sense of worth is one of the first things being restored. You are no longer pleading for attention or negotiating from need. You walk into rooms knowing you belong there, even if no one says it out loud yet. Old alarms are being dismantled. Survival instincts that block stewardship are being removed. Stewardship requires clarity, and clarity is coming. As momentum builds, you might face a brief test, not a setback, but a contrast, a small delay, an old doubt surfacing. Do not engage with it. What has been authorized cannot be unauthorized. The check does not disappear because of brief noise. It only becomes contested when the receiver questions their right to it, and you are done questioning. The door behind you closes itself when you move forward. That is mercy. Now I will talk about a small problem that might come up as stability grows. Boredom may try to disguise itself as restlessness. You may want to move just to feel like something is happening. Hold off on that urge. Not all stillness needs to be filled. Moments of quiet often mean everything is moving exactly as it should. Peace is not inactivity. Peace is things getting done without noise. Heaven is setting things up in your favor through timing, not through chaos. Breakthrough rarely arrives all at once. It comes as a series of confirmations. Chances appearing on their own, doors opening when you speak, information arriving at exactly the right moment. That is not coincidence. It is orchestration. This is why patience is still necessary, but not the kind that feels like waiting in darkness. This patience is active. It involves planning, clarity, and discipline. Ask yourself, does my daily life match the level I am stepping into? Small alignments now prevent large corrections later. If this message keeps speaking to you, recognize it. Let people know you are here. Stay in this flow so you don't miss what is coming. By subscribing now, you are not making a routine choice. You are saying, God, I want to keep hearing what you have to say to me. You are choosing to stay in position. Trends favor those who remain consistent. People who drift often say later, I didn't see that coming. But you can see clearly now. Soon, it will be impossible to deny what is taking shape now. My beloved, this is the stage where confirmation doesn't just come from being at peace with yourself, but also from being able to see alignment in the outside world. What you have felt in private is now starting to reverberate in public, not as noise, but with consistency. At this point, Archangel Michael is being strong because this is where a lot of people either solidify their position or slowly slip back into old habits without realizing it. Right now, things are becoming more stable. Your journey used to be marked by emotional highs and lows, but now things are leveling out. You are no longer going back and forth between hope and disappointment. Instead, a steady awareness is growing inside you, a calm certainty that doesn't need to be reassured all the time. This is one of the most obvious signs that a transfer is still going through. For heaven's sake, stability is confirmation. You may notice that problems are being solved in places where they used to be. Issues that used to make you feel bad now resolve themselves with little work. Challenges will not go away completely, but they will not be the only thing you think about either. You talk to them, learn from them, and then you don't have to carry their weight. This is moving toward maturity. When consistency needs protection, Archangel Michael makes this phase stronger. When things are really bad, it is easy to believe. When things get back to normal, it is harder to stay aligned. If this message backs up what you have been feeling, respond with purpose. Write, "I stand in alignment" in the comments. If this truly speaks to you, blessing code 1441 is now active. And remember, the pinned comment below carries the continuation of what 1441 unlocks. If you haven't seen it yet, now is the time. God is using this flow to reach hearts on the verge of breakthrough who aren't sure whether to trust the moment. Those who water others will be watered without measure. Every seed planted in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our KOFI community, does not go to a channel. It goes to a divine mission to save souls still trapped in fog. Each gift becomes a stream of living water flowing into the life of someone who needs healing. The money you give today is not a donation. It is an act of spiritual obedience that opens your heavens. Let go of your seed and watch what God brings back into your life. My beloved, you are now entering a phase that not many people are aware of while they are going through it. But it determines our future. It is the season of quiet authority now. It is clear that Archangel Michael is here because authority without noise needs strength that is rooted and not reactive. You are not getting excited right now. You are building confidence that doesn't need to be told. You might notice that the way you answer is changing. Things that used to make me feel emotional energy now make sense with calm clarity. You are no longer in a hurry to correct, defend, or explain. This means you are paying more attention, listening more, and speaking with purpose. Being in charge is not the same as being passive. The power doesn't talk as much because it knows it doesn't have to prove itself. This change might feel strange. Work felt like safety for a long time. You felt in charge when you worked harder, spoke up, or went further. Now, though, trust is taking the place of control, and effort is being swapped out for accuracy. You are learning that when you are aligned, doing less makes more happen. Restraint is honored by Archangel Michael. Momentum is guarded by restraint. Another sign of this phase is how you deal with being let down. You get back on your feet faster when things don't go as planned. It doesn't make you spiral or see yourself as a failure. You make changes, get back on track, and keep going without losing your peace. Emotional numbness is not what this resilience is. Right now, my beloved, you are in a moment that seems surprisingly normal at first glance, but is actually very spiritually deep. On this stage, a lot of people expect fireworks, announcements, or sudden cheers, but heaven isn't like that. Archangel Michael is not here to cause chaos. He is here to make sure that things will stay the same. What is being set up now is meant to last. And things that last don't usually make a lot of noise. Season of quiet fulfillment is here. There is a chance you will notice that you are not longing for what is next, but for what is now, between your inner and outer worlds. There is a sense of rightness, a slight alignment. Things aren't perfect, but they make sense. You wake up with purpose instead of fear. You live your days with purpose instead of just trying to stay alive. This is not a mistake. This is what you got out of every lesson, delay and refinement. Because fulfillment can be misunderstood, Archangel Michael keeps a close eye on it. Some people mistake contentment for comfort. Some people think it means the end of growth. But happiness isn't either. Satisfaction is stability that lets things grow without being strained. It means being able to enjoy what has already been built while also being open to what will be added. You are learning how to be happy and have goals at the same time. One of a kind, this balance. I think a lot of people keep chasing because they never let themselves get there. Some people stop moving because they don't want to lose what they have. You are being shown a better way, one in which gratitude helps progress happen instead of stopping it. That is why your wants feel better now. It is no longer comparison or pay that drives them. They are shaped for a reason. You want what fits, not what looks good. You pick what gives life, not what takes it away, my beloved. You have reached the point where everything is finally settling into truth. What you want is not excitement or anticipation. You want confirmation, and it is here. What was once a promise is now a fact. What used to be prayer is now posture. You are no longer standing at the edge. You are standing inside. It was permission. Permission to move without apologizing. The right to receive without guilt. The freedom to lead without fear. Delay can no longer steal what is yours. Opinion cannot change what God has authorized. Uncertainty is necessary for fear to survive. If you feel the weight of confirmation rather than the rush of excitement, if you know something has shifted for good and cannot be undone, type "I am established" in the comments. Blessing code 888 is now released. This is the final code. And the pinned comment below holds the closing word that completes it, the word Archangel Michael, left specifically for those who made it here. If you have not read it yet, do not leave without it. If this word has moved you, press the like button right now as a sign of agreement, not for the algorithm, as a declaration. As you press it, picture the flow of God's favor opening around you, clearing obstacles, accelerating provision, confirming that heaven has already moved on your behalf. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our KOF community. By doing so, you become part of a mission to reach souls still standing in fog. Every seed becomes light that fights darkness. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. This is destiny calling back. You did not find this message by accident. This is a direct word from Archangel Michael to you. He is extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking early access to powerful content and divine insights that remain hidden from those who walk away. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and accelerated progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment pass. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages meant to elevate your life. The link is waiting in both the pinned comment and the description below. And for those who feel called to go deeper, a link to purchase the blessing cards is available completely optional, but a powerful next step for those who are ready. Your presence, your attention, and your open heart already mean everything. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. Check the pinned comment and description now.